as remodeling. Sammy keeps them all in line. 653-5406. Black's Tire and Auto Service has served North and South Carolina for over 85 years. In addition to 29 tire and 10 wheel brands, Black's offers air conditioning, brake, transmission, and exhaust repair. Routine automotive maintenance is also available at any of the 37 Black's North and South Carolina locations. A complete list of locations, products, and services can be found at blackstire.com. In Whiteville, Black's Tire and Auto Services is located at 1615 South Madison Street, 317-0229.
Woodman of the World financial representative David Plus is happy to help sponsor tonight's CCCA broadcast. David can provide information on Woodman products such as life insurance, annuities, and investments. More information on Woodman Life membership and David Plus is available at 910-207-8042. Again, that number is 910-207-8042.
Cape Fear Propane serves both commercial and residential customers. Their technicians install propane tanks and gas logs. They check for leaks and convert home appliances to propane. Cape Fear Propane provides an automatic delivery option and payment programs. In Whiteville, Cape Fear Propane is located at 140 Bitmore Road next to Black's Tire corporate office. More details about products and services are available at 642-4137. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is sponsored by Drs. Douglas Messina and Craig Lippy of Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Services, 1717 Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington and McNeil Plaza in Whiteville. Hours of operation and patient information is available at carolinasportsmed.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Columbus Cup and HBI Outdoor. ColumbusCup.net provides scores, schedules, Twitter updates, audio, and video footage of games. More information about HBI Outdoor products is available by emailing hbioutdoors@gmail.com. Domino's has been delivering pizza since 1965. Domino's is located in Whiteville Town Plaza on South J.K. Powell Boulevard. The current menu offers numerous pizza, pasta, sandwich, and wing selections. You may place your order by walking in, calling 640-2211, ordering online at orderdominoes.com, or using your smartphone app. Domino's is open Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. until 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. until midnight. Susan Dale and Domino's are proud to support Columbus County High School sports broadcast. Tonight's game is brought to you by Leon and Jake Fonville at E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store, 205 Hickman Road in Tabor City. E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store carries animal feed, plants, seeds, and other items for your farm or garden. Their phone number is 653-2959. Coverage of tonight's game on 89.9 WZCO is sponsored by Horace Mann Insurance Agent Revis Long, located at 820 South Madison Street in Whiteville. The Horace Mann Company's product offerings for educators include life, auto, and homeowners insurance, disability protection, and annuities. You can learn more about Long's insurance and retirement products at 640-5028. The Hyatt family is in their 50th year of operating Joe's Barbecue Restaurant in Whiteville. They serve barbecue plates and sandwiches, rib plates, chicken plates, Brunswick stew, and combination plates. They provide bulk orders for takeout and also cater. A country lunch buffet is available Monday through Saturday, 11 until 2. A pig picking buffet on Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 4:45, and a Sunday buffet is served 11 until 2. Joe's Barbecue is located behind Lowe's in South Whiteville. Their phone number is 642-3511. The Joe's Barbecue family wish much success for all Columbus County teams. Johnston's is the official class ring and graduation supplies provider for Columbus County schools. A Johnston's representative will be visiting your school this fall. Johnston's product information is available at Overby office at johnston's.com or 910-675-3886. Overby School Services, Reginald Lewis, and Johnston's are proud to help sponsor tonight's CCCA sports broadcast. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is brought to you by Sterling Kuntz and the employees of Tabor City Medicine Mart, 220 South Main Street, 653-4800, and Kuntz Medicine Mart, 112 East 7th Avenue in Chadbourne, 654-4194. They provide prescription medications and other home health care products. Drive-through and local delivery is available. Tonight's game on WZCO is sponsored by Parks Thomas and the staff of Riegelwood Mutual Drug. Riegelwood Mutual Drug has been filling prescriptions, advising, and serving customers since 1989. Located just off Highway 7476 at the Columbus-Brunswick line. The Southern Sizzler Family Steakhouse at 1405 South Madison Street in Whiteville is serving a country buffet Tuesday through Sunday from 11 until 9. Southern Sizzler serves a breakfast buffet Saturday and Sunday morning from 7 until 10:30. From the menu, Angus steaks, chicken tenders, sandwiches, and appetizers are available. Banquet facilities are available for up to 60 people. The staff and management of the Southern Sizzler in Whiteville wish the best of luck to all Columbus County teams. Tonight's Columbus Career and College Academy sports broadcast on WZCO is brought to you by Bill Worley & Sons Construction. Bill, Chris, and Jason provide both new residential and commercial construction as well as remodeling. Sammy keeps them all in line. 653-5406. Black's Tire and Auto Service has served North and South Carolina for over 85 years.
National anthem.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Columbus Cup and HBI Outdoor. ColumbusCup.net provides scores, schedules, Twitter updates, audio, and video footage of games. More information about HBI Outdoor products is available by emailing hbioutdoors@gmail.com. Domino's has been delivering pizza since 1965. Domino's is located in Whiteville Town Plaza on South J.K. Powell Boulevard. The current menu offers numerous pizza, pasta, sandwich, and wing selections. You may place your order by walking in, calling 640-2211, ordering online at orderdominoes.com, or using your smartphone app. Domino's is open Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. until 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. until midnight. Susan Dale and Domino's are proud to support Columbus County High School sports broadcast. Tonight's game is brought to you by Leon and Jake Fonville at E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store, 205 Hickman Road in Tabor City. E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store carries animal feed, plants, seeds, and other items for your farm or garden. Their phone number is 653-2959. Coverage of tonight's game on 89.9 WZCO is sponsored by Horace Mann Insurance Agent Revis Long, located at 820 South Madison Street in Whiteville. The Horace Mann Company's product offerings for educators include life, auto, and homeowners insurance, disability protection, and annuities. You can learn more about Long's insurance and retirement products at 640-5028. The Hyatt family is in their 50th year of operating Joe's Barbecue Restaurant in Whiteville. They serve barbecue plates and sandwiches, rib plates, chicken plates, Brunswick stew, and combination plates. They provide bulk orders for takeout and also cater. A country lunch buffet is available Monday through Saturday, 11 until 2. A pig picking buffet on Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 4:45, and a Sunday buffet is served 11 until 2. Joe's Barbecue is located behind Lowe's in South Whiteville. Their phone number is 642-3511. The Joe's Barbecue family wish much success for all Columbus County teams. Johnston's is the official class ring and graduation supplies provider for Columbus County schools. A Johnston's representative will be visiting your school this fall. Johnston's product information is available at Overby office at johnston's.com or 910-675-3886. Overby School Services, Reginald Lewis, and Johnston's are proud to help sponsor tonight's CCCA sports broadcast. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is brought to you by Sterling Kuntz and the employees of Tabor City Medicine Mart, 220 South Main Street, 653-4800, and Kuntz Medicine Mart, 112 East 7th Avenue in Chadbourne, 654-4194. They provide prescription medications and other home health care products. Drive-through and local delivery is available. Tonight's game
And the
on
Bulldogs have won
WCCO
the
is
toss
sponsored by
and
Parks
will
Thomas
receive the
and
opening
staff of
kickoff
Legalwood Mutual
of the
Drug.
2015
Legalwood Mutual Drug has
Yam
been filling
Bowl.
prescriptions, advising and serving customers since 1989. Located just off Highway 7476 at the Columbus Brunswick line. The Southern Sizzler Family Steakhouse at 1405 South Madison Street in Whiteville is serving a country buffet Tuesday through Sunday from 11 until 9. Southern Sizzler serves a breakfast buffet Saturday and Sunday morning from 7 until 10:30. From the menu, Angus steaks, chicken tenders, sandwiches, and appetizers are available. Banquet facilities are available for up to 60 people. The staff and management of the Southern Sizzler in Whiteville wish the best of luck to all Columbus County teams.
And good evening, Rod. Good to have you here. We have South Columbus and St. Paul's on homecoming of all nights. And Miss North Carolina just did the coin toss. Had an interview with her. She's a very, very nice young lady. And it's going to be a great night. So what do you think about this game?
Tonight we should see a evenly matched game. This one has the potential to come down to the fourth quarter with the last team in possession. The possibility of taking the win there. They match up good on paper. They should match up good on the field. And South Columbus wanting to get a little bit of payback from last year's loss at St. Paul's.
Yeah, we saw St. Paul's play a couple of weeks ago, or at least I did. Did you see?
No, I missed that one.
Oh yeah, I believe that was the night that I was on the air by myself. There's a piece of data out there.
I was fishing tonight.
But when I saw St. Paul's earlier, at the time they had a quarterback who had just been moved up from JV, I believe, because their starting quarterback had gotten injured, and actually they threw the ball very well that night. And he looked like he was kind of settling into that leadership position, and I think it'll be interesting tonight to see how far he's come in a couple of weeks. One thing about it, I do believe South Columbus is going to have to play very well on the defensive side of the football, because we saw they did have some weapons. All right, here we go, getting ready for the kickoff. And can't see numbers right now, but we're going to get you some numbers in just a second. Deep kick by South Columbus, taken by St. Paul's at the 20-yard line. Ball's on the ground.
Loose.
And South Columbus,
Should have it.
they have it.
Well, that ball's still loose.
Well, it is South Columbus ball on the 25-yard line. So
I believe that was number 7, Deshaun Ray, that received the punt, but hit right off of his knee. And 5 yards later, it shot up the field. South hit it, knocked it back another 5 yards. And they have come away, and they will take over.
and what you have to do here, there's no doubt about it. You need 6 points. You got a gift. You know what they say. Hey, you got a gift. You got to say thank you. And how you say thank you here is by getting in the end zone.
Put it in.
Is this my roster?
No, that is your roster.
Okay. Thanks for the roster here, Rod.
No problem.
I'm going to get my Neutron microscope out here in just a little bit, and we'll see if we can get some names out. Here we go. We've got Twins right, split left, 2 backs in the backfield. And there's a snap, handoff right up the middle. That's going to be a gain. We're going to call it 7 yards. I could not get a number on that, Rod. You got any binoculars?
Yeah, I do. About 20 miles from here.
Yeah, it looks like we got McClure on that play. And he picked up around 6 to 7. It's going to bring up second and we'll call it 4. No score here early on. South Columbus has recovered the opening kickoff after a fumble by St. Paul's, and they are in business now on the St. Paul's 18-yard line. We've got twins right, split left. Out of the pistol, 2 backs behind quarterback. And here's a snap. And there's a read option right up the middle, and that looks like that's going to be to number 23, Jeffrey Daniels. And he gets close to a first down. Rod, does he have it? You might have a better angle than I do because I'm kind of cramped over here.
I don't think so.
Yep. That's when the official does that, it's either come on, there's a party, or come on, there's first down. So I think that's first down.
They've got it to the 15.
Yeah. Stallions moving the ball now on the St. Paul's 15. St. Paul's looks like they're running out of a 43 look. And this time we have twins left, split right. And there's the read option. And that time
Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer keeps it. And there's a lot of piling on there. We're going to call that right at 5 yards. It's going to bring up second and 5 for the Stallions.
Robbie Spencer calls his own number. And on the stop, number 7, Deshaun Gray. Spencer picks up 5 yards. It'll be second down and 5.
And we've got just underway here.
Ball spotted at the
10:47 left to go here in the first quarter. No score, but the Stallions driving after a St. Paul's turnover on kickoff. And we've got twins left, split right. Out of the shotgun. Here's a snap. Read option. And there's the pitch.
Got room.
And a good hit there by St. Paul's, but that's going to be enough for a first down.
That was Aaron Bellamy.
And Dennis Leggett on the carry there. It's going to be enough for a Stallions first down. And it looks as though, Rod, you got first and goal from the 3-yard line. So what do you think? Something up the middle? You got the wide side to the left side of the field. Might try to get the ball to the corner really quick, but looks like they are split left, twins right, and almost a T formation or a power I formation out of the shotgun. That's an inside handoff there to Carlos McClure. Did he get in is the question, and it looks like he's going to be about a half yard short, Rod.
That'll bring up a second and goal. And they will have it about on the half-yard line.
Yeah, you got to think at this point you might want to send Spencer right over the center of the guard and just try to get in the end zone quick here. We'll see. We got basically the base formation for the Stallions. Twins to the left, split right, 2 backs in the backfield. Out of the shotgun, there's the inside handoff, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Aaron Bellamy goes in for 6. All right, so with 9:40 left in the first quarter, it is Stallions 6, St. Paul's 0 after a muffed kickoff return by St. Paul's. And it looks like we have an injured player on the field for St. Paul's. And Rod, while we have an injured player, we want to take a moment and thank those excellent sponsors that we have who make this possible. So we'll be back here in just a moment.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Leon and Jake Fonville at E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store, 205 Hickman Road in Tabor City. E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store carries animal feed, plants, seeds, and other items for your farm or garden. Their phone number is 653-2959. Coverage of tonight's game on 89.9 WZCO is sponsored by Horace Mann Insurance Agent Revis Long, located at 820 South Madison Street in Whiteville. The Horace Mann Company's product offerings for educators include life, auto, and homeowners insurance, disability protection, and annuities. You can learn more about Long's insurance and retirement products at 640-5028.
And we're back. The injured player does not appear to be seriously hurt, and looks like South Columbus is going to go for 1 here. And Rod, give me a number on that kicker. Can you see that from here? I know the holder is Jamie Miller. I cannot.
20.
It's a 2.
Yeah, it's not 20.
Yeah, I'm reminded of Franklin's article about the numbers.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's a straight kicker, and ball is up, and it looks
42.
like it is through and
no
good.
award.
And no award adds the exclamation point on the short drive by South Columbus after the St. Paul's turnover. We have 7-0 here in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Cape Fear Propane serves both commercial and residential customers. Their technicians install propane tanks and gas logs. They check for leaks and convert home appliances to propane. Cape Fear Propane provides an automatic delivery option and payment programs. In Whiteville, Cape Fear Propane is located at 140 Bitmore Road next to Black's Tire corporate office. More details about products and services are available at 642-4137. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is sponsored by Drs. Douglas Messina and Craig Lippy of Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Services, 1717 Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington and McNeil Plaza in Whiteville. Hours of operation and patient information is available at carolinasportsmed.com.
And we're back. There's the kickoff from South Columbus, taken short. And this time St. Paul's gets a decent run back.
And
he's open.
To the 30, 20,
and that
10.
is,
I believe he's in there.
I believe so.
That's number 14, Jalen McNeil.
St. Paul's answers with Jalen McNeil going approximately 70 yards for the score. And so we saw this last week with both Red Springs and West Columbus. Here we have a kickoff return that completely shifts the momentum of the game. So it's 7-6 here, and we've had a couple of touchdowns in only 3 minutes of play. And looks like St. Paul's is going to go for 2. No, check that. They're going to also attempt an extra point. And it looks like kicking for them will be Luis Hidalgo. He's so good they put him on the roster twice. And Luis awaits the snap. It's high. Gets it down. Looks like he's going to squeeze that through. And we don't have a call. Whoa. Looks like we had a stoppage of play. Okay, waiting on a call. Dead ball, illegal procedure against St. Paul. So they're going to have to back it up and kick it again. And honestly, the way that kick looked, 5 more yards would have made that no good.
Yeah, that one wouldn't have went in.
Are you tangled up?
No, I'm just coming to this new window to
You're
look.
trying to – yeah, we need more room. I wonder if they take this wall out for us.
I don't know. We could ask.
I wonder if it's load bearing. We should probably ask. Here's the kick. It's up. And it is no good. Wide right. Missed it wide right. So that makes it 7-6. South Columbus over St. Paul's, but St. Paul's answers with the big kickoff return, and now we have a third kickoff coming. And, you know, kickoffs have been adventurous for us this year.
That big window didn't help. That ball looked like it went right down the middle.
You got to look at the goalpost. Got to look at the goalpost. All right, we'll be right back.
Cape Fear Propane serves both commercial and residential customers. Their technicians install propane tanks and gas logs. They check for leaks and convert home appliances to propane. Cape Fear Propane provides an automatic delivery option and payment programs. In Whiteville, Cape Fear Propane is located at 140 Bitmore Road next to Black's Tire corporate office. More details about products and services are available at 642-4137. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is sponsored by Drs. Douglas Messina and Craig Lippy of Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Services, 1717 Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington and McNeil Plaza in Whiteville. Hours of
And here's Hidalgo with the kick. And it's taken there by number 7. That's Traquan Bellamy. Bellamy gets to the outside. Nice little return there past the 45-yard line to the 48, and South Columbus is going to have excellent field position to start their second possession of the game. Rod, last possession, they took the ball, had a short field, but stayed consistent with the read option, a little bit of running outside, and they scored. Mm-hmm. So we'll have to see what happens this time.
So they'll start on the 48-yard line of their own side.
Yeah, we got twins to the home side, and we got split to the left. Still in that sort of pistol look with 2 backs behind the quarterback.
Looks like McClure and Bellamy.
And there's the read option to
McClure.
Yeah, McClure's going to pick up a few. We're going to call that a gain of 3 on that, and it's going to bring up 2nd and 7. You know, on that read option, you know, it depends on who you're actually reading. A lot of times it's the linebacker or the end on that side. But St. Paul's staying at home. And almost, if you look at St. Paul's, they almost play a version of the old 4-4 stack. but in a 4-3 right now. Looks like they're in a man-to-man or maybe cover 3. They've got the safety walked over here for a little help on the 2 receiver side. Bellamy on the carry there, short gain, and so that's going to bring up 3rd and right around 4. And you know what my football coach used to say in high school, Rod?
That's right.
What's 4 times 3?
That's 12.
And then invariably the kid in the back would say, Coach, we're not in math class. Okay, split left, twins right. Here we go. Big 3rd down for the Stallions.
Handoff.
Oh, that's
It's
a pitch.
reverse. There's McClure.
McClure's got the first down. He's got more. He gets an excellent downfield block, and I think that was by Mario Hernandez on that side. I couldn't tell, but the split in on that side gave him a downfield block that got him 7 or 8 more yards. That's going to be a Stallion first down, and very important. Their first really big play from the line of scrimmage results in a first down.
So the fake was to Daniels, but the McClure got it.
That's kind of like the fake read and then the pitch. And, you know, if you've got, especially to that side where you don't have any safety help, you've got the corner, and if he doesn't turn it back inside, you get a big gain like we saw there. Okay, under center this time.
And that's Daniels.
Yeah, the power I formation, 2 backs through, the 3rd one gets it. And St. Paul's has some beef inside. I noticed that against East Columbus. It's challenging to run between the tackles. So it brings up 2nd down and 6, 7-6 here, Stallions over St. Paul's early. We've had a lot of excitement here in the first quarter. And there's Spencer again under center, and that time he hands off to
Bellamy.
Bellamy rumbles down past the 10-yard line, and that's going to be 1st and goal now for the Stallions. So Stallions have a chance to score 2 touchdowns here in the opening quarter. 6:50 left to go. Stallions with a 7-6 lead and 1st and goal, looking to add more. And Spencer's been staying under center for the last few plays here, and Stallions running out of the power I. And there's the handoff.
That's Daniels.
Daniels reverses direction, and he gets in. Jeffrey Daniels, that looked like a pro play. Got stuffed, then bounced it outside. And that's going to make it. That's
13-6 right now.
All right. When the lights start going out, we might have to roll this up.
What was that one, roughly? A 15-yarder?
Yeah. Well, actually, that was an 8-yarder. He ran 15 yards, but he got 8. All right. So South Columbus to attempt the extra point. And with the hold there is Jamie Miller. And looks like we have an unsuccessful attempt. That's going to make it 13 to 6.
They get a hand on that one?
It looked like it. It came out awfully funny. So we'll be back in just a moment, listen to a few of our sponsors, and we'll have yet another kickoff, which has been a lot of fun tonight. We'll be right back.
Domino's has been delivering pizza since 1965. Domino's is located in Whiteville Town Plaza on South J.K. Powell Boulevard. The current menu offers numerous pizza, pasta, sandwich, and wing selections. You may place your order by walking in, calling 640-2211, ordering online at orderdomino's.com, or using your smartphone app. Domino's is open Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. until 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. until midnight. Susan Dale and Domino's are proud to support Columbus County High School sports broadcast. Tonight's game is brought to you by Leon and Jake Fonville at E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store, 205 Hickman Road in Tabor City.
And we're back, and it's an onside kick by South Columbus, and they get it. Rod, they had just got an onside kick.
Have.
It went Green Bay Packer style right off the front line, and the Stallions have the ball back.
And I've always wondered that why not, on some of those kicks, why not kick it as hard as you can at the biggest guy on the front and try to ricochet it back?
Wait a second. They're saying it's St. Paul's ball.
I think they're a little confused right now.
Yeah, I am too. And they're going to talk it over. Yeah, you know, our coaches used to tell us, because I played on the front line there in the kickoff, which was not my favorite place to play because there's nothing like running backwards 30 yards and get hit by somebody who's running forward 30 yards. But you know, they taught you never to try to touch the ball if it's kicked hard.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to, and you always stood sideways so that you had less of a target. Now some of the kids I played with had big targets, no matter which way they turned. But they teach you to get out of the way, because if a ball is hit hard enough, it's going to travel down the field. And they didn't want the 5 of us touching it. They didn't want us looking at it. Our coach would say, if a ball comes, don't touch it, don't look at it. I'll show you what a ball looks like at practice one day. You know. So timeout here at St. Paul's, and I still don't know. It looks like from the way that the markers are lined up, it is 1st and 10 from the Stallions. And what happened there is, it just bounced off his chest. He didn't have to catch it. He could have let it go a little bit further, but it was not a cleanly fielded ball. And so you've got 2 big turnovers now in the first quarter that have made life very difficult for Trey Sasser's Bulldogs. All right. So Stallions take over 1st and 10. And it looks like Spencer's going to stay underneath center now. And this time, 2 tights with one flanker. And St. Paul's gets a lot of penetration that time. Nothing doing on that play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. All right, we're going to call it 2nd and 9 because they can see better than we can.
It sure didn't look like he crossed the 45.
No, it looked like he got stuck. There's a snap.
That's Daniels
Daniels
again.
gets outside, and he gets a nice gain across the 40-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down. And, a little surprised that the Stallions are coming out and basically the 2 tight end look. It looks like they have 2 tight ends. And having some success running the ball. This time not really doing the read option, just the handoff, sometimes out of the power eye, and just, let your folks block up front and get some yardage. Out of the power eye now.
That's Bellamy. And Bellamy will get close to another 1st.
And they're getting 10, 12 yards
They
a clip.
are.
I really like the call, Coach Hutchinson, going for that onside because, you score, you're not really expecting it. You're already a little nervous about kickoff return because of what's happened. And, to come out with an onside kick, the benefits definitely, I think, outweigh the risks. So Stallions are trying to make them pay.
And this up under center seems to be working just as well as the option.
There's the inside handoff, and lots of penetration there. Handoff there to McClure, I believe. He could not get it. It was really like a counter, and too much penetration. And some of those slow developing plays, if you get penetration, you can just forget about it. Okay. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. All right, Rod, your call.
I'm running.
You're running?
I'm running.
Good place to pass, especially from under center. Or to do the Aaron Rodgers, get them to jump off sides.
That'll
That's
work too.
also the Aaron Rodgers special. And the only question is that the only person that jumped was St. Paul's? And I didn't see anybody from South Columbus move. And indeed, they're moving it forward, and that's going to be close to a 1st down. They may even have to measure. No, I'm sorry. They'd already moved it.
Right.
2nd and 5. I'll wake up sooner or later.
So if you don't get any yards on 1st and 10, just get off sides and pick up 5.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the Green Bay Packer way. This time, a little more spread. We got spread right, 2 wide receivers, and split left. And here comes a blitz by St. Paul's. And here's a pass inside. Nice by Spencer on the quick slant. Did you get a number on that?
Yeah, that was number 6, Mario Hernandez.
Okay, Mario Hernandez, but a nice pass. Spencer hits him pretty much on stride, and that's a 1st down. Not a big gainer, but 5 yards gets you a 1st down. So Stallions are in business now, leading 13-6 after 2 St. Paul's turnovers and 1 successful onside kick from South Columbus. They are knocking on the door once again. Spread right, split left, and this time Spencer is in the shotgun. And there's a read inside, and I believe that's a book you don't want to read anymore. That was a horror tale. again, lots of penetration.
Jeffrey Daniels had nowhere to go, and he may have lost 1 yard on the.
He had to have lost. Yeah, lost a couple yards, bring up 2nd and 12.
Also 2 on the play, brings up 2nd down and 12.
And looks like a 52 look now from St. Paul's. I'm sure trying to get a little bit of help on the outside. There's the handoff to McClure again, and he's going to pick up a few. Probably gets some. It's about 3rd and 8.
This sounds about right.
Yep. Hey, don't start yawning. Don't you start yawning. No, sir. No, sir.
Long week.
And St. Paul's, you know, they've given up a little bit of ground here, but they have stiffened on this particular series. So it's going to be 3rd and 8. I do think this is a place you have to throw the ball.
I'm feeling a field goal.
Field goal. That'd be a pretty good field goal from there. And there's Spencer in the shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield. And he's going to hand off to Jeffrey Daniels. And Jeffrey Daniels says, here, I'd like to give this back to you. Nothing doing. He's going to lose a couple, and that's going to bring up 4th and 10. You know, if you had a good kicker, it would certainly be, you know, doable from here. You'd be looking at maybe a 37-yard field goal, something like that.
They can do it.
But
we're not seeing a field goal.
No, I don't think so, and I wonder if we're going to see a punt. Ball's on the 19-yard line, so probably too close to punt, but I would like to see them at least take a shot.
Yeah, unfortunately there, a punt could actually cost you a yard if you're not careful.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got spread right, split left. Spencer is in the shotgun. And see if you don't see a throw to this wide side, the home side. And it's going to be the option, and he takes it inside, and he is not going to get there. St. Paul's holds on 4th and 10, and they're going to take the ball over on their own 14-yard line. So good series there by St. Paul, settling in on defense and stopping the bleeding. So we'll get to see St. Paul's from the line of scrimmage maybe one time here.
This will be the first one.
It's 13-6 right now. Stallions over St. Paul's. St. Paul's has really struggled with 2 turnovers and an onside kick that South Columbus recovered. And they're going to come out in a double twins. You got 4 wide receivers. And we used to call that spread right, spread left, and quarterback out of the shotgun. And here's a snap. That's going to be an inside handoff to number 32, Trey Thompson. And Trey Thompson,
he didn't have nowhere to go.
He did not have anywhere to go. And lots of penetration on the left side or the right side of the offensive line for St. Paul's.
Making the stop, number 11, Robbie Spencer. Loss of 1 on the play will bring up 2nd and 11.
And that brings up, 2nd and 11. And, you know, this is the same offense we saw at East Columbus with 4 wide receivers in the set and 1 back in the backfield. Lots of targets to choose from, and they love to throw to the back out of the backfield. There's a quick slant. That's complete to number 82. That's Michael Barnes, and he gets positive yardage. We're going to call it 3rd, and it looks like from the spot that's going to be right around 7 yards. We'll say maybe 5 yards now with the mark. And nice, they did a lot of that against East Columbus, just real simple quick slants. And you really have to have some help on that. Well, they've got 2 receivers on both sides. You've got to have some help from either your outside linebacker or your safety. And this is going to be a pass deep into formation, and that's a good defensive play there by, I believe that's Cedric Thomas, breaking up the pass. And I think if you're St. Paul's, you got to kick the ball now. And that was number 6. Renardo Jenkins is the quarterback, I believe. And we think he's going to be doing a Danny White impersonation here. He's going to get in a deep shotgun and probably kick the ball. And South Columbus doesn't have anybody back. They need to get somebody back quick. And that's a quick punt, and it's over everybody's head. And that really –
oh, there went the lights.
That really that hurt South Columbus not having anybody back there to return that. All right, lights are out. Hey, isn't that a song? Woo. I remember the lights are out in Georgia. Okay.
Okay.
1st and 10. Stallions with a good defensive stand. Up 13-7 now, and we are getting into the first quarter. We've got about 30 seconds left, and South Columbus has moved the ball well. They got bogged down here on the St. Paul's end trying to get into the end zone. Well, let's see what happens this time. And I think, interesting. Let's see if Spencer's under center or not.
Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it looks like. And we got trips right, and they're going to say too many men. Too many men in the huddle. Anytime you see 6 wide receivers, there's probably one too many. One too many. They played it off, though. He was just kind of running off. But he broke the huddle, so I think they penalized you now.
It's always a good idea until you get caught.
Used to in my day, you could run off, and as long as you were off before the ball snapped, nobody really cared. And that's going to bring up 1st and 15. We got twins right and split left out of the shotgun. We're going to have that's a straight handoff up the middle.
And Bellamy's got room.
Bellamy with a nice run.
Somebody with a shoestring tackle there.
Yep, that's the Payless tackle down to the 42-yard line of St. Paul's. Nice run there by
Bellamy on number 31.
How can you see those numbers? You've got.
I got an angle.
You got a much better
Yeah, I do. I've got an
vision
angle
than
on
I do.
I'm good until they get to the 50 to the 40, and I can't see them any longer. But when they're angled, I can make them out.
All right, so here we go. Twins left, split right, wing right, one back in the backfield. Here's your set.
All right. Was there a flag?
That's the end of the first quarter.
That was pretty quick.
Yep. That's the end of 1, folks. South Columbus 13, St. Paul's 6 with South Columbus driving. We'll be right back.
Cape Fear Propane serves both commercial and residential customers. Their technicians install propane tanks and gas logs. They check for leaks and convert home appliances to propane. Cape Fear Propane provides an automatic delivery option and payment programs. In Whiteville, Cape Fear Propane is located at 140 Bitmore Road next to Black's Tire corporate office. More details about products and services are available at 642-4137. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is sponsored by Drs. Douglas Messina and Craig Lippy of Carolina Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Services, 1717 Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington and McNeil Plaza in Whiteville. Hours of operation and patient information is available at carolinasportsmed.com. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Columbus Cup and HBI Outdoor. ColumbusCup.net provides scores, schedules, Twitter updates, audio, and video footage of games. More information about HBI Outdoor products is available by emailing hbioutdoors@gmail.com.
And we're back. Start of the second quarter. Stallions up 13-7. My partner Rod Likens and I. Thank you for listening to us on WZCO 89.9 FM, Tabor, North Carolina. We're also on YouTube tonight with the excellent work of our students. Very exciting for them. And there's a snap. Spencer with the fake.
Over the middle.
Wide
McClure.
open.
He's
Great
loose.
over the shoulder catch.
15,
McClure.
10, drag him.
And
I don't know.
touchdown.
Did he make it? I haven't seen
Had to
There
have.
it is. Touchdown.
Had to have. I was watching the video monitor.
I was waiting on the
I couldn't see
ref.
the field, but I was watching the monitor, so I could actually see what was going on. Big play there that time, and what a great catch. One of the best catches I've seen all season over the shoulder by McClure. He looked like Nick McClure on that
He did.
one.
He was dragging him. He dragged the guy 7 yards. Was that about a 40, 42?
Yeah, it was 42 yards, yep. 42-yard score. And here's South Columbus with the point after touchdown attempt, trying to make it 20-6.
They're going for
No award.
That was good.
And it's up and it's good. So South Columbus 20, St. Paul 6. Early stages of the second quarter. And we will be, folks, right back. Listen to a few of our sponsors that make what we do tonight possible.
Black's Tire and Auto Service has served North and South Carolina for over 85 years. In addition to 29 tire and 10 wheel brands, Black's offers air conditioning, brake, transmission, and exhaust repair. Routine automotive maintenance is also available at any of the 37 Black's North and South Carolina locations. A complete list of locations, products, and services can be found at blackstire.com. In Whiteville, Black's Tire and Auto Services is located at 1615 South Madison Street, 317-0229.
Woodman of the World.
And we're going to jump right back in here, Rod, because it's time for the kickoff.
These have been interesting.
I don't think we've had a boring one yet.
We haven't.
An onside kick. We've had a fumble. We've had a touchdown return by St. Paul's. Kickoffs turning out to be pretty interesting tonight.
They have been.
Looks like Noah Ward's going to kick this off from the close hash, and there is nobody on the far right side of South Columbus's line, which means they're probably going to be kicking on this side. It's just
I think that's a pretty safe
I got a lot
assumption.
of football intelligence, and that's deep, and that is going to be taken
fumble.
over. Noah
It's
Wheeler,
loose.
and he
It's back
picks it
up.
up, and they stop, and there's a lot of room on that side.
There sure was, too.
I call that the Fred Evans zone.
Yeah, Noah Wheeler. And the kickoffs have just not been St. Paul's thing tonight.
They have really struggled, and you got to think some injuries are probably coming into play because it looks like some folks that haven't been used to handling the ball back there. But I mean, I coached with Trey Sasser, and that's one of the things he was big on was special teams. Looks like we got Twins right, Twins left.
He's going to hand that one off.
Yeah, and it's South Columbus just eating them alive there. Nothing doing on that play. And that's going to be a pickup of maybe one. That's going to bring up 2nd and 9.
And that was Trey Thompson at the handoff. There just wasn't anything there.
Same formation, Twins right, Twins left. Ball is on the 34-yard line of St. Paul's.
Here's the snap. He's looking out to his left, and number 2, Wheeler, has it, but there's not a lot there.
Yeah, going to be a short gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd, and we'll call it right at 5. It's probably a little shorter than that.
Did you see the two twin set when you were at East Columbus a few weeks ago?
I did see the 2 twin set, and I saw probably 20 passes out to the flats and about 10 quick slants. So they like the short passing game. And South Columbus has done a good job thus far. Here we go, another opportunity.
Ducks one.
Yep, and will not get away.
Not that
and
one.
The one who finishes him looks like that's number 58, we're going to call it. What do you think?
I'm agreeing, but
59.
Yeah, we'll go with that
Jonathan Chestnut. He's got his jersey folded up underneath there, so you can only see half of it. It's got to be either Matt Miller, Benny Smith, Devin Stevens, or Jonathan Chestnut because we see a 5.
Yeah, it is 59.
All right, this time it looks like we're in a punt formation, and South Columbus needs to back up a little bit. This is not going to be a pass, and it's, again, punted way over Jamie Miller's head, and he's going to let it go. Decent punt. It's going to roll down to the 18-yard line where South Columbus will be back in business 1st and 10, leading 20-6. 9:59 left to go here in the second period. So I think you take away the mistakes that St. Paul's have made this far into the game. You got to think this game would be substantially closer, maybe even 6-6 or 7-6 like it was before. But the miscues for St. Paul's has really cost them. And they have not yet had the ability to move the ball on a sustained drive. And I think that's going to have to come with some short passes and some accurate passing when they have the football.
Not sure I understand why South isn't putting somebody back to receive that punt and trying to cut off some of these yards.
I think I understand now because they're so good with that middle passing game right behind the linebackers, and they want to have somebody back deep, the safety valve.
There's Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels running right off right tackle.
And we got a flag.
Yeah, and you've got to believe that's going to be, and looks like it's going to be a holding or on the offense. And that's indeed what it is. And I believe that is a spot foul, but it's going to back them up. And it's going to be 1st and right around 19 or so. And we'll wait for the official call. You maybe decline it or recline it. You can recline it or decline it, either one.
I think they're going to mark it off.
Yep. And, you have to be careful. You get this far back, you need to move the ball because you don't want to be punting from this location right here. Of course, if you're Michigan, you don't want to be punting from any spot on the field. So all punts are bad. Yeah, first down we're going to be looking at right at about 19. Spencer under center this time, Rod.
And that is Daniels. And
yeah, that's just on a trap there. And nice hold.
Got all the penalty yards back.
Got the penalty yards back. That's going to bring up 2nd and right at 10, according to the mark. maybe even 8. Yeah, it's going to be 2nd and 8. I'm at a parallax, so I can't get that good view like you've got, right? And just one receiver. You've got split left, tight end to the right, out of the power I, and the second man through gets the ball.
And that's McClure.
That's McClure, and McClure barrels down to the 40-yard line, and just like that, South Columbus is out of the hole.
South has to be happy with their run game tonight.
Have to be, and they're getting a lot of help. Center guard. They're making some holes inside.
Yeah, there's been a few. I mean, few in the middle. Daniels hit one, and I think Bellamy hit the other.
Yep.
I mean, they were monster holes.
And McClure, he just makes his own hole. It doesn't matter. Just get in the way of somebody, and then he's going to chug through there. And he's just come off the field, I think, for a breather, getting some congratulations from his teammates. Got twins right, split left. You also have a wing in there, and that's going to be looks like
Daniels
the lead option.
hole.
Daniels up the
He's
middle.
loose. 40. He's got it. 30, 20, 10. Touchdown. Nobody
My goodness.
Nobody got a hand on him.
No, and it was excellent blocking up front, and then just really people out of position on the 2nd and 3rd levels. And that's going to bring it to South Columbus 26.
That was a
St.
60-yarder.
Paul 6. Yes. And again, just really doing a good job up front is South Columbus. And South Columbus is going to kick the extra point. Yeah, this is Noah Ward on for his 3rd or 4th.
This is his
his 4th.
Try the big window again.
Yeah, try see if you can see out of that other window, Rod.
It didn't work the first time.
All right, kick us up. It is good.
Okay, that one looked just as
right.
good as the last one.
Yeah.
So
All right, so that's going to make it 27-6, and we'll be right back after we listen to a few of our sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by the Columbus Cup and HBI Outdoor. ColumbusCup.net provides scores, schedules, Twitter updates, audio, and video footage of games. More information about HBI Outdoor products is available by emailing hbioutdoors@gmail.com. Domino's has been delivering pizza since 1965. Domino's is located in Whiteville Town Plaza on South J.K. Powell Boulevard. The current menu offers numerous pizza, pasta, sandwich, and wing selections. You may place your order by walking in, calling 640-2211, ordering online at orderdominoes.com, or using your smartphone app. Domino's is open Sunday through Thursday, 10 a.m. until 11 p.m., Friday and Saturday, 10 a.m. until midnight. Susan Dale and Domino's are proud to support Columbus County High School sports broadcast.
And we're back. Here's the kickoff.
That was a deep one.
Looping kick, and that is taken there cleanly by number 2, Noah Wheeler. And he gets up the middle, gets hit hard, and he's going to be called down right about the 32-yard line. So St. Paul's in business on their own 32, trailing now 27-6 after just a barrage of long runs, sustained drives, and pretty much we've seen everything but a field goal here in this first half.
Yeah, Robbie Wooster put a good hit on Wheeler.
It's homecoming tonight, Rod. I know how you like homecoming.
Of course.
So, unfortunately, I do not believe you can be homecoming queen tonight.
That's probably a
But
good thing.
that's the way it goes. But we will have that for you at halftime. Trips left now, split right. A little different look there. And Jenkins is going to roll to his left and throw way, way out of bounds. And Jenkins, being right-handed, that's a difficult throw to make. And whoever just threw it to the official and missed the official, too. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. A little different look that time. First time I think we had seen them in trips formation. But they actually rolled away from the trips formation trying to get it to the weak side. This time we have trips left, split right. And the split is really close, only about a 4-yard split from the tackle. And here's a 3-step drop. That's a quick pass out to the flats, and just swallowed alive is Noah Wheeler. And South Columbus corner on that side, and also I believe the end and linebacker got in on the fun. And nothing doing. That's going to be a loss of about 3 on the play. We're going to call it 3rd and 14 now.
Yeah, they just covered. They covered them right up.
Yeah, and as soon as you see that, they're taught to come up the field as soon as they see that catch. And South Columbus definitely did at that time. Okay, back to twins left, twins right. Jenkins takes the snap. He rolls out right. He's got a little bit of room, makes a move, and he's going to be brought down at the 32-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th. And we're going to call it about 8 or 9.
Probably about 8.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and long. Now let's see if St. Paul's now on their own 30-yard line, 31-yard line, see if they want to punt the ball. And I think that'd probably be advisable in this situation.
I'm not giving South a short. I mean, they just took that last one close to 90 yards.
Now South Columbus is back. And Jenkins has this little short. I mean, he's back 4 yards. And, you know, if you get a little bit of penetration, it's going to be blocked. This kick goes out of bounds. No, it doesn't.
Nope, never did.
Boy, that thing kissed
It
the
sure
sideline
did.
a couple times. It looked like it was going out of bounds. 28-yard line.
Did it run a wheel route?
I think it may have run a wheel route, a real wheel route. So, Stallions take over 1st and 10 on their own 28-yard line, leading 27-6. 27-6 Stallions over the Bulldogs of St. Paul's. And if you're just joining us, we had an opening kickoff. St. Paul's fumbled, and South Columbus quickly took it. And on the ensuing kickoff, St. Paul's returned for a touchdown. And now South Columbus has been in high gear on offense and defense with several long runs and a couple of sustained drives. There's Spencer from under center, and right up the middle, that's going to be number 21.
I think that's 31. I think it's
31?
Bellamy.
Aaron Bellamy. And he gets a good gain on 1st down, right around 7 yards.
And there really wasn't much there. It just developed as he got through it.
And he just kind of kept his legs churning. You know, it's interesting what happens when things are going well.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
really.
small things like that start to emerge. And a lot of it has to do with effort. And the effort starts a lot of times with the mind. Out of Power I this time. And
That's Bellamy again.
Yeah, Bellamy gets the 1st down, and St. Paul's with a good job that time keeping the gain to a minimum. But that is going to be a 1st down, and that is on the 40-yard line of the Stallions.
They're still able to move that right up the field.
Yep. You know, I don't mean to be critical because I really appreciate all you do. But there was a shortage of Mountain Dew in the cooler today, so I just want to bring that to your attention.
Oh, those were left over from last week.
Oh, I thought they tasted a little funny.
Yeah, those were last week's. And if you'd have been real fast, there was even a Coke in there from like 2-3 weeks ago. I even found it in the room.
Glad I missed that one.
Yeah.
Oh, nice
there's a hole.
run there by.
Still going.
Who we got on that?
It's a Daniels.
Daniels whips and weaves, and
He was.
and Nene's his way down to like the 48-yard line because he was tackled twice.
A few more minutes, and he'd have made it on in there. Oh, that's not good.
Nope. Laundry on the field, got a hold. And that happens so much on those sort of plays when people get out of position. And it's so tempting to just reach out and grab somebody. You know, I was actually I was playing football my junior year. You could not open your hands. But my senior year, they changed it so that you could open your hands. They just had to be inside, you know, the shoulders of the opponent. And I remember I could never – I still couldn't. I had to block with open fists because we've been trained for 12 years. But, you know, now a lot of times you see blocks with open hands, and they will get jerseys. Power I this time, Spencer under center, and almost got the Aaron Rodgers 5-yard play. And this time around the left end, that is Daniels that time.
Gets almost all the penalty
he
yards
gets
back.
penalty yards back. And St. Paul's is having a difficult time on the end. The end is getting really out of position, and it's creating all sorts of opportunities right off tackle. And here is South Columbus coming to the line, leading 27-6. 4:56 left to go in the first half. We're going to try to bring you as much of the homecoming festivities as we can. Out of Power I. And
That's Bellamy.
yeah, there goes Bellamy. And St. Paul's doing a good job that time. The left side of the St. Paul's defense shut him down. It's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and about 9. And you got to think with the way Stallions are playing, it's 2-down territory right here on their own 42-yard line.
Not been in a lot of 3rd and 4th down situations tonight.
No, they haven't. They had that big 3rd down in the first quarter that they executed well on. And looks like that's going to be, well, that was interesting. He jumped up. He didn't think he was down, but Leggett gets pulled down about 4 yards short of the first down marker, and that's going to bring up 4th and 4, and it looks like they might be punting here. Wait to see.
I wouldn't give St. Paul's a short field.
Yeah.
If it didn't work, I mean,
Yeah.
go ahead and pin them back deep because your defense have played outstanding so far.
You're probably right on that, Rob.
I don't know. I think I'm wrong.
Yep, power eye. Here's Spencer. Might try to draw him off here, and I think he is. I think they're going to try to draw him off, and then maybe. Yep, going to take the penalty maybe or take the timeout. He's going back under center. There's a snap. It's going to come out wide.
There's room. There's room.
He's got the first down.
He's going. He cuts it.
And
took him head
Rod,
on.
I have got to tell you, on that play, Carlos McClure got a block on the right end, and I hope this isn't his flag. It's going to be a hold. But he got a block on the right end of St. Paul's, and he stuck with him 15 yards down the field. It was a great block. Great block. But let's see what we got a hold, don't we?
I missed it, but I think it is.
Yeah, that's going to take a 4th down play. It was 4th and 5, and they converted. That's going to take now 4th and 15, and this almost is punting situation here, I think, on 4th and 15. Oh, that is a spot foul. So it's actually going to be about the same play. Yeah, it's going to be about 4th and 5 again, and this time they definitely are punting. So I don't think you got to respect that because right now with a 21-point lead, right? 21?
Yes.
Is that right? Because I'm not a math person. Okay, 21-point lead. you got to think that if they can hold them here, you go into a 3-touchdown lead at half. That's important.
It is. Yeah, you don't want to just pin them deep and let defense continue to do what they've been doing.
Okay, and there's the kick.
Ooh,
nice kick.
That was almost blocked.
Yeah, I think he did get a hand on it.
It's going to take a South Columbus
roll
bounce
down all the way to the 15-yard line. So on the play, that is a 37-yard punt, which is nothing to sneeze at. It's going to bring up St. Paul's 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard line. And we are just 2:56 left to go in the second period in the first half. Stallions 21, Bulldogs of St. Paul 6. Ball is on the far hash. And looks like St. Paul's is going to stay in the Twins look. And can't really see what the stoppage is. I think they're just getting everybody kind of situated.
Yeah, they just got the chains moved.
Yep. All right, so here's the snap. Almost snap. Here's Jenkins going to tell somebody something, either that or he needed to wipe his hands. And there's the snap, inside handoff. And
that's Thompson.
Nothing doing on that left side of the St. Paul's offensive line.
Well, if your hands are sweating, you got to do something.
Yeah, absolutely, especially these days when
you don't want to dirty up your uniform.
Yeah, and gosh, how many times have we seen quarterbacks this year when we had all that rain, as much as quarterbacks are handling the balls these days in different ways. We've got wing right, split right. And Jenkins is going to try to throw out here to the split, and I don't know, that might be, no, that's a good defensive play, especially if they don't call flag. Traquan Bellamy.
Yeah, that was.
I got to be honest with you. If I was St. Paul's, that would have given me a heart attack because he was 2 steps away from a pick six.
Yeah, intended for Patterson, but you're right. That could have ended.
Yeah, that reminds me of the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. That was that same sort of look there on that just quick slant.
3rd down.
Jenkins
Over the middle, and
that's
that's
intercepted.
Not the right guy.
And that's just what
Looks
you
like
do
Bellamy.
not want to have
No.
happen.
See here, I think that was Bellamy though. It was. Whoa. I think we got shot at.
What was that? Oh, that was
The cannon.
thing upstairs. I hadn't heard it tonight.
It's been stuck, but they got it fixed. South Columbus lining up for the extra point. No award. Right now 33-6. 1 minute 51 seconds left here in the second quarter. Awaiting the snap. Snap there. Ball's down. Kick is a line drive, and it is good. Deflected, but good.
And that makes it 34. Check that. 34-6. Had to do the math in my head. 34-6. South Columbus over St. Paul's here. We'll be right back after some message from our sponsors.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Leon and Jake Fonville at E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store, 205 Hickman Road in Tabor City. E.W. Fonville & Sons Farm and Garden Store carries animal feed, plants, seeds, and other items for your farm or garden. Their phone number is 653-2959. Coverage of tonight's game on 89.9 WZCO is sponsored by Horace Mann Insurance Agent Revis Long, located at 820 South Madison Street in Whiteville. The Horace Mann Company's product offerings for educators include life, auto, and homeowners insurance, disability protection, and annuities. You can learn more about Long's insurance and retirement products at 640-5028.
And here we are with the always adventurous kickoff now. South Columbus kicking off, leading 34-6 here in the first half. And it's a deep kick.
Uh-oh.
It hits once, picked up there by...
It's 36.
Yeah, and 36.
What a hit. Wow. Traquan Bellamy just dropped him. And that was Ahmad McCoy running. I don't think McCoy knows what hit him. So, wow. He wasn't looking his way, but he sure put him on the ground.
And the Bulldogs will start right there, 1st and 10.
So St. Paul's is going to start this one on about their own 24.
Needing to get something going here. And it looks like you're going to have motion there.
South's clapping, so you think you're right. I think it's a legal procedure.
Well, you know, being someone who's jumped many, many times when I was playing, I recognize an illegal procedure or illegal motion just about as well as anybody. So.
1st and 15.
That almost worked. Almost jumped off sides there, the Stallions did.
Almost got their
See,
5 back.
Everybody's watching Aaron Rodgers play.
Must be. High snap, but pulled down. Was there a flag there?
I think that's a towel.
Oh, Thompson's running, but he didn't get much.
And Thompson running tough, but just not a whole lot of space there for him to run. And when we saw Thompson when he was at East Columbus, he must have had 300 yards.
I might be wrong, but I think green shoes glows in the dark. Number 33.
Well, the breakers are right over there, over by the 20-yard line. You want to see?
Not right now.
Okay. Yeah, we've had the lights out a couple times.
Yeah. It's like the Super Bowl a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. Hey, twins left, split right, and
Spencer keeps
like,
it. Wrong quarterback.
Jenkins keeps it, and that's going to bring up 3rd and long. He gets a short. That's basically that same read option. Gets a short gain on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9.
Next time I'll bring the binoculars to read the rosters.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Either that or can you go stand outside the window and hold them up because I can't see them close up. But, hey, the effort is appreciated, my friend.
Yeah, there wasn't much effort today. It was I hit print and grabbed them as I walked out the door.
We've got a banner printer at work, and I'm going to print out the –
I need it. I miss Franklin when it comes to rosters. Well, and other things, too.
Nice throw out here to the flats. That's complete to number 9, James
pass.
Patterson. Yeah. Jenkins threw that thing on a rope out here to number 9, James Patterson, and big gain on the play, enough for St. Paul's 1st down. And now with about 18 seconds left, you got to think, are they going to try to take a timeout and take a shot here, or are we going to go in and talk about it? Looks like we're going to go in and talk about it.
You would think you'd want to try to put points on the board.
One play here they're going to have. Here's Jenkins. Jenkins is going to try to get a little bit of time. And he's getting harassed. Looks like he's running for his life over on the left side of the field, and he's going to be brought down short of the 50-yard line. And that is going to bring the first half to a close. It's homecoming here, South Columbus, and the home team is in the lead. South Columbus 34, St. Paul 6. We're going to listen to a few of our sponsors, and we'll be right back with some of the homecoming festivities, and we will be right back. Thank you.
Official class ring and graduation supplies provider for Columbus County Schools. A Johnston's representative will be visiting your school this fall. Johnston's product information is available at Overby office at johnston's.com or 910-675-3886. Overby School Services, Reginald Lewis, and Johnston's are proud to help sponsor tonight's CCCA sports broadcast. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is brought to you by Sterling Kuntz and the employees of Tabor City Medicine Mart, 220 South Main Street, 653-4800, and Kuntz Medicine Mart, 112 East 7th Avenue in Chadbourne, 654-4194. They provide prescription medications and other home health care products. Drive-through and local delivery is available. Tonight's game on WZCO is sponsored by Parks Thomas and the staff of Regalwood Mutual Drug. Regalwood Mutual Drug has been filling prescriptions, advising, and serving customers since 1989. Located just off Highway 7476 at the Columbus-Brunswick line. The Southern Sizzler Family Steakhouse at 1405 South Madison Street in Washington.
So bear with us.
Remember, y'all keep watching the card as much as possible.
And we are here at homecoming, halftime for South Columbus. And South Columbus in the lead, 34-6. Been a big night. Some mistakes by St. Paul's, but some well executed, especially offense, by the Stallions of South Columbus.
And we'll win your life.
And we're in a holding pattern here. We're going to listen to a few more of our sponsors, and we will be right back.
Academy Sports broadcast on WZCO is brought to you by Bill Worley and Sons Construction. Bill, Chris, and Jason provide both new residential and commercial construction as well as remodeling. Sammy keeps them all in line. 653-5406. Black's Tire and Auto Service has served North and South Carolina for over 85 years. In addition to 29 tire and 10 wheel brands, Black's offers air conditioning, brake, transmission, and exhaust repair. Routine automotive maintenance is also available at any of the 37 Black's North and South Carolina locations. A complete list of locations, products, and services can be found at blackstire.com. In Whiteville, Black's Tire and Auto Services is located at 1615 South Madison Street, 317-0229.
Woodman of the World financial representative David Plus is happy to help sponsor tonight's CCCA broadcast. David can provide information on Woodman products such as life insurance, annuities, and investments.
Miss Haley Nicole Jones. Haley is a 14-year-old daughter of Bobby and Heidi Jones. Haley is a member of the South Columbus Stallions junior varsity volleyball team. Her favorite quote is, "Life is like the ocean. It can be calm or still and rough or rigid, but in the end, it's always beautiful." Haley will be escorted tonight by Mr. Nathan Ward. Miss Michaela Norris. Michaela is the 14-year-old daughter of Rebecca Norris and Damon Daniels. Michaela is a softball player, and she enjoys singing and playing with her dogs. Michaela's favorite quote is, "A good life is when you assume nothing, do more, smile often, dream big, laugh a lot, and realize how blessed you really are." Michaela will be escorted tonight by Mr. Josiah Small. And now moving on to our sophomore homecoming court. Miss Megan Allison Lee. Megan is a 16-year-old daughter of Rodney and Claudette Lee. She enjoys spending time with her family and participating in youth activities with her youth league at church. This is Megan's second year on the homecoming court. Megan's favorite quote is, "For with God nothing shall be impossible," Luke 1:37. Megan will be escorted tonight by Mr. Austin Long. Miss Morgan Nye. Morgan is the 15-year-old daughter of Gerald and Rhonda Harrington. Morgan is a member of the South Columbus High School junior varsity volleyball team and also plays Stallion basketball and softball, as well as travel softball and volleyball. Morgan is also an active member of Palmyra Baptist Church and has attended North Carolina Baptist Assembly at Fort Caswell for the last 4 years doing mission work. Her favorite quote is, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." 1 Timothy 4:12. Morgan will be escorted tonight by Mr. Hunter Price. Miss Jennifer Pantaleon. Jennifer is the 16-year-old daughter of Alfonso and Maria Pantaleon. She plays soccer, church volleyball, and enjoys spending time with her family. Jennifer's favorite quote is, "We are not given a good life or a bad life. We are given a life. It's up to us to make it good or bad." Jennifer will be escorted tonight by Mr. Jose Ramirez. And now for our junior homecoming court. Miss Laramie Grace Beck. Laramie is the 16-year-old daughter of Larry and Jacqueline Beck. She is a competitive dancer at Coastal Performing Arts Center and also enjoys being an assistant teacher at her dance studio. She is also the captain of the Stallions senior dance team. Laramie is our current 2015-2016 Miss South Columbus High School and an active member of the Stallionettes. She is vice president of the junior class and is active in the Emerson Original Free Will Baptist Church youth group. Laramie's favorite quote is, "It is not fancy hair, gold jewelry, or fine clothes that should make you beautiful. Know your beauty should come from within you, the beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit. This beauty will never disappear, and it is worth very much to God." 1 Peter 3:3. Laramie will be escorted tonight by Mr. Colby Cartret. Miss Caitlin Caines. Caitlin is the 16-year-old daughter of Dexter and Misty Caines. Caitlin is a South Columbus High School varsity cheerleader and is a member of the South Columbus High School varsity dance team and South Columbus High School senior beta club. Caitlin also is a competitive dancer at Simply Dance in Whiteville. Caitlin's favorite quote is, "Don't be afraid, just believe." Mark 5:36. Caitlin will be escorted tonight by Mr. Cody Prince. Miss Megan Gore. Megan is a 16-year-old daughter of Ronna and Brett Gore. Megan is a Stallionette and a member of the Beta Club. She is actively involved in her church and loves water sports. Megan's favorite quote is, "When I am afraid, I will put my trust in you." Psalm 56:3. Megan will be escorted tonight by Mr. Jackson Hilburn. And finally, it's time for our senior homecoming court. Starting with Miss Olivia Beasley. Olivia is the 17-year-old daughter of Christine Doraya. Olivia is a varsity cheerleader and is very involved in her school and community. Olivia enjoys spending time with her friends, and her favorite quote is, "Let all that you do be done in love." 1 Corinthians 16:14. Olivia will be escorted tonight by Mr. Mason Hewitt. Miss Lindsay Jones. Lindsay is the 17-year-old daughter of Bo and Melissa Jones. Lindsay plays varsity volleyball and also plays varsity softball for South Columbus High School. She is also very active in her church youth group activities. Lindsay's favorite quote is, "With God, all things are possible." Lindsay will be escorted tonight by Mr. Luke Ray. Miss Amber Leonard. Amber is the 17-year-old daughter of Brooke Waltman. Amber is a varsity cheerleader and was just selected senior class vice president. Amber is also a member of the National Honor Society, Senior Bader Club, AIG, and is a varsity cheer captain. She is also a very active stallionette and a member of HOSA. Amber is also in the top 10% of her class. Amber's favorite quote is, "Faith is daring the soul to go beyond what the eyes can see." Amber will be escorted tonight by Mr. Mason Benton. Miss Mackenzie Grace Marlowe. Mackenzie is a 17-year-old daughter of David and Sharman Marlowe. Mackenzie is a varsity cheerleader and is a varsity cheer co-captain. Mackenzie is co-captain of the South Columbus High School varsity dance team and is a very active stallionette. She is also a member of the Senior Beta Club and is a competitive dancer at Amy's Academy of Dance Art, as well as an assistant dance teacher. She is also a junior class marshal and is a member of the National Honor Society. Mackenzie's favorite quote is, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." Mackenzie will be escorted tonight by Mr. Landis Marlowe. Miss Kayla Nicole Teleke. Kayla is the 17-year-old daughter of Stephen and Misty Teleke. Kayla is a 3-year varsity cheerleader and was just elected senior class secretary. She runs track and also is a gymnast and tumbler. Kayla is a very active stallionette and is a member of Mrs. Gherkin's nursing fundamentals class. Kayla's favorite quote is, "Faith does not make things easy, it makes them possible." Luke 1:37. Kayla will be escorted tonight by Mr. Hunter Shelley. Miss Holly Ward. Holly is a 17-year-old daughter of Tammy Ward. Holly is a varsity cheerleader and is currently a varsity cheer co-captain and has just been elected senior class treasurer. She is a competitive dancer at Amy's Academy of Dance Arts and is a member of the Beaver Dam Original Free Will Baptist Church and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Holly is an active stallionette and a member of the National Honor Society. She relies on her faith in God to get her through anything that is put in her way. Holly's favorite quote is, "I will praise the Lord according to his righteousness and will sing praise to the name of the Lord Most High." Psalm 7:17. Holly will be escorted tonight by Mr. Brady Ivy. Join me in welcoming the 2014-2015 homecoming queen, Miss Brittany Sellers. Brittany is the 18-year-old daughter of Eric and Julie Sellers. While attending South Columbus, Brittany was very active as an athlete and a member of many other clubs. Brittany played softball and volleyball, was a member of the bowling team, National Honor Society, Student Council, Science Club, and Beta Club. Brittany is now a student at East Carolina University, majoring in nursing. She is still involved in extracurricular activities such as being a volunteer at the Ronald McDonald House and the ECANS Club, or ECANS Club. Brittany says, "Congratulations and good luck to all the senior homecoming representatives, and thank you to everyone for letting me represent South Columbus High School for the 2014-2015 school year. God bless y'all." Please welcome our returning 2014-2015 homecoming queen, Miss Brittany Sellers. Let's give another big round of applause for your homecoming queen, Miss Lindsay Jones, and our entire homecoming court.
Tonight's game on WZCO is sponsored by Parks Thomas and the staff of Regalwood Mutual Drug. Regalwood Mutual Drug has been filling prescriptions, advising, and serving customers since 1989. Located just off Highway 7476 at the Columbus-Brunswick line. The Southern Sizzler Family Steakhouse at 1405 South Madison Street in Whiteville is serving a country buffet Tuesday through Sunday from 11 until 9. Southern Sizzler serves a breakfast buffet Saturday and Sunday morning from 7 until 10:30. From the menu, Angus steaks, chicken tenders, sandwiches, and appetizers are available. Banquet facilities are available for up to 60 people. The staff and management of the Southern Sizzler in Whiteville wish the best of luck to all Columbus County teams. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is brought to you by Sterling Kuntz and the employees of Tabor City Medicine Mart, 220 South Main Street, 653-4800, and Kuntz Medicine Mart, 112 East 7th Avenue in Chadbourne, 654-4194. They provide prescription medications and from 11 until 9. Southern Sizzler serves a breakfast buffet Saturday and Sunday morning from 7 until 10:30. From the menu, Angus steaks, chicken tenders, sandwiches, and appetizers are available. Banquet facilities are available for up to 60 people. The staff and management of the Southern Sizzler in Whiteville wish the best of luck to all Columbus County teams.
And we are back. And South Columbus takes the opening kickoff down to the 45-yard line. Got a few scores for you. South Columbus, here we are 34-6. Whiteville 44, East Columbus 0. And that is at halftime. Rod, you back?
I am back.
Okay, that was an interesting halftime. Homecoming's always a lot of fun, especially if you're winning big like the Stallions are. There's Spencer. Gives the handoff there to number 31, Bellamy. Bellamy's met in the background by a host of Bulldogs. Could say a pack of Bulldogs. And 2nd and 10 for the Stallions now. And that's kind of a stacked Twins look on this side. And that's going to be a handoff right up the middle. And that's going to be short of a first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 2 or 3. We'll look at the spot. Looks like it's going to be right at, actually a little closer to 1 yard. And looks like we have some sort of timeout here. Do we have a timeout?
I think they were just waiting on 17 to make sure he could get up.
Okay, well, we've got coaches on the field. I think we do have a timeout, but I did not see one called. Oh, I see. You said 17.
Yeah.
Usually when kids are hurt, they're not standing.
Well, he was down till they started out, and
then
when he finally got, it's like he had a cramp, and once it went away, like a Charlie horse, and he got up, they were already halfway out.
All right. Rod, I'm going to go do something real quick. I'm going to leave you here.
All
Okay?
righty. South Columbus finds themselves in a 3rd and about, a long one. Spencer's going to go up under center. He will have one back set. Twins right, split left, and he's going to take it straight up the middle for at least 5 to 6 yards, and that'll be good enough for a first down. So the chains will move, and the refs will get the ball positioned, and South Columbus will start their next set of downs on the St. Paul's 45. If you're just joining us, halftime has just ended. The score is 34-6, South Columbus over St. Paul's. 10 minutes and about 45 seconds left here in this third quarter. Spencer in the gun, handoff. No, keeps it, goes to his left, see if he can break the corner, and he can. And that'll be good for about 7. A hard hit, but 7 yards gained, and he takes it all the way down to the 38-yard line of St. Paul's. So McKenna for St. Paul's makes the stop. And South will substitute and get ready here on second and about 4. Long 3. Spencer in the option, takes the snap, hands that one off to Daniels. McClure comes right side. There's a hole, 30 to the 20. And brought down on about the 19. And no, I'll go back to Daniels because that was number 23. And that'll be good for roughly over 20 yards, and that'll move the chains there. Let's see where the officials spot. Officially, they're going to spot that one on about the 17. Handoff, no, fast, and that'll be over the middle, and it's complete to number 6, Hernandez. And that'll get it down to around the.
And the pass was complete to Bobby Gore, number 5, and there was a fumble on the play recovered by the Bulldogs.
Okay, well, let's back up again. Pass was complete to Bobby Gore. Bobby Gore fumbles, and he will. And he will turn it back over. And St. Paul's will take over on their own 8-yard line. So they're on first down. St. Paul's will get about 3 yards on that one. Make it 2nd and 7.
Number 22, Christian Edwards, on the carry. He's forced out of bounds by several Stallions. Gain of 2 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 8.
St. Paul, everybody's getting situated here. Jenkins drops back, and he will take it up, and the ball's loose. Ball's on the ground. They are all scrambling for it. Ball's still loose. Looks like St. Paul's did recover. So a lot of action going on here. As that should have been enough for a first down before, and it was before the fumble. So that'll give St. Paul's a new set of downs.
Recovered by St. Paul, number 52, Elijah White. Ball spotted at the Bulldog 20-yard line, first down and 10.
Handoff, and that one to number 32, Thompson. And he will get about 4 on the play.
Number 40, Seth Buffin, along with number 26, Ethan Ezell. Ball started at the 26-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Bulldogs.
2nd down. Jenkins in the gun, and he will take it up the middle for maybe about 2 yards.
On the keeper, number 6, Renardo Jenkins. Making stop number 40, Seth Buffkin. And number 26, Nathan Ezel. We have flags down on the play. Face mask called against the Stallions.
St. Paul's waiting to get set here.
33-yard line. There's first and 10 Bulldogs.
Snap to Jenkins. Jenkins fakes the handoff to Thompson. Jenkins throws, misses his intended target, number 9, Patterson. And that'll bring up second and 10.
Pass falls incomplete. Bringing the pressure, number 88, Justin Dudley. That'll bring up second down and 10.
Everybody getting situated. A little delay here, not quite sure why, and the rest finally gonna blow a whistle, and I think somebody's called timeout. I think St. Paul's needs to talk things over. A little bit of confusion there, and
Thunder, are you ready?
so they will take second down and 10 and take a few minutes to discuss it here. So South each in their own timeout, waiting. Having just a little bit of technical difficulties here, so excuse the pauses here. Mr. Hobbs trying to fix something in my headset. I've got to get it's a little bit of static out so I can hear. St. Paul's getting ready to come back from their timeout. South Columbus gets ready and they break the huddle. And it'll be a second down and 10. St. Paul's is going to be on their own 34-yard line. All right, Jenkins back, looks, little pass out to Thompson. Thompson gets it, gets back up the line of scrimmage, and he'll be brought down immediately. Good tackle there by number 30, Chestnut. And that'll bring up third and about 5, short 5, long 6. We'll go that 3rd and 5 here. So St. Paul's at a big third down. If they want to stay in this one, they need to keep this drive alive after being able to recover a fumble down in the red zone from South Columbus. Jenkins fakes the handoff to Thompson. Jenkins rolls right. Jenkins tries to get back up, but there is nothing to have, and we'll be looking at least a 4th and 5. Give the officials, they're going to set the ball officially on the 39. They need to get to the 43-yard line for a first, so it'll be 4th and 4. See if they decide to go with it or not here.
Gain of 1, false start at the 39.
Yeah.
4th down and 4.
All right, so let's see here. And they're going to go for it. Jenkins back in the gun. Twins right, split left. Going to roll to his right, passes it out, and it's, well, it may, let's see, it was almost picked off twice, but I don't think either one's going to come. I don't think either one's going to come down, and that being the case, South Columbus will take over on downs on the St. Paul's 39-yard line with 5 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. South Columbus 34, St. Paul's 6.
Stallions are going to take over at the Bulldog 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Get switched. South will run twins right, split left. That will be handoff to number 31, Bellamy, and Bellamy will take it all the way down to the 29-yard line. So that'll be good for 10. See if it's a full 10, they'll move the chains, and they will. So first down and 10. South Columbus on their own, or on the St. Paul's 29-yard line. 5:25 left here in the third quarter. South up 34-6 here on homecoming night. Getting the play brought in. And they will stay. No, Spencer will go back up under center. And they will run that three-back set with a left split wing. Bellamy gets the handoff up the middle, and Bellamy's going to shake through for about 8 yards on 1st and 10. That'll bring up a 2nd and 2 on the 21-yard line. South Columbus has had excellent success tonight moving the ball on the ground, racked up a lot of rushing yards. All of the touchdowns but one have been rushing touchdowns. We have 1 pass and 1 pick six. 2nd and 2. Spencer goes up under center. Still going to keep his three-back set. Takes the snap. Pitches back to did not catch the number. I believe it was Green, but I'm not for sure. It was Green, and Green will get it all the way down to the 12. So that'll be good for a 1st down. South Columbus still moving the ball quite well on the ground. Make a substitution. St. Paul's has just not had an answer for South Columbus's running game tonight. South set comes to the line. Spencer will go back up under center, and they will stay in that three-back set. 1 receiver split right. That one will be pitched back right side, and that'll be Bellamy, and Bellamy will take it across the 10 to about the 9. And that'll be good for 3. So we'll have a 2nd and 7. South can still get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. So getting ready here. The play's brought in, and they come to the line. Spencer will remain up under center. They will stay in that same three-back set with 1 receiver split wide right. Spencer looks, takes the snap, hands that one off to Bellamy. Bellamy pushes it in for a touchdown. 7-yard touchdown by Bellamy, and it brings the score to 40-6 here at Civitan Stadium for South Columbus, leading big over St. Paul's with 3 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And they will line up. Let's see here if they're going to line up and do a 1 or go for 2. Oh, wait a minute. Must have been a flag. And they are. So they're going to – that one's coming back. So that'll be a holding, and that's going to bring the ball all the way back to the 19-yard line.
Ball going to be spotted back at the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 17.
So now your touchdown's nullified, and we're looking at a 2nd and 17. So Spencer will go back into the gun, and he will look to throw. He's going to bring it, and that was almost picked off by number 20, Inman. And Spencer did not see Inman. If that ball had not have been thrown short, Inman probably would have had a 81-yard pick six. But the ball went short, hit the ground, and it'll be 3rd down and 17. South Columbus on the St. Paul's 19. 2 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the third quarter. South up 34-6. Spencer goes back under center, runs the three-back set, splits 1 wide right, hands that one off to Bellamy, maybe 2 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 15 and puts the ball. So South with not much other choice but to go for a long, long field goal or go ahead and run it, because if you punt this one in the end zone, you're going to lose 2 yards on the play. So 4th and can still get a 1st down without getting a touchdown. They can get it down to about the 2. And this will be a 4th and 16 from the 19. So Coach Hutchinson dials up here. Spencer will go back to the gun. 1 back set, which looks like Bellamy. Twins right, split left. Going to throw it to the over the middle, in the hands, number 80, in for the score. Touchdown, Trevor Norris on a 19-yard touchdown pass over the middle, and it is now 40-6. So South able to put those 6 back up on the board. 1 minute 48 seconds remain here in the third quarter, and they will. Noah Ward will try to make it 41-6 here in just a second. Getting everybody situated as St. Paul's makes a quick substitution. Ward is ready. Miller just waiting for the ball. The ball is there. The ball is down. The kick is up, and it is good. So 41-6 here at Civitan Stadium. South Columbus leads with a minute 48 seconds left in the third. We will hear from our sponsors.
The Southern Sizzler Family Steakhouse at 1405 South Madison Street in Whiteville is serving a country buffet Tuesday through Sunday.
And we are back. We have the kickoff, and St. Paul's will take over on their 40-yard line. I do apologize for the delays, but I have so many different people talking in my ears right now. Sometimes I lose concentration, so bear with me here till we get this situated. St. Paul's are taking over on the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Going to go back. They're going to run a 2, and it's snapped over top of his head, and he gets it back, and he's actually going to get back up within about 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. So what could have been a major disaster ends up only being a loss of about 5. But St. Paul's will have it on their own 36, find himself in a 2nd down and 16.
Ball's going to be spotted back at the 36-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
So let's see what. There's the snap. Jenkins drops back. Is going to throw it, and down. I think that. Let's see. I don't know if that's. Can't tell who. I think that was either Wheeler or Patterson. He lost his footing. No, that was number 5. That was Manning, and he went down. And so they're going to find himself in a 3rd down and 16. Jenkins is in the and he fumbled that one. Let's see if he can, and he does recover, but he will be taken down on the 30-yard line. And
there's a fumble on the snap again.
now they're going to put him in a long 4th down.
31-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 21.
So 4th and 21. Let's see what they decide to do. I would guess they would punt. But with this formation, you never really know. And it will be punted. I don't know. It may get partially blocked, and that'll roll out of bounds between the 50 and the 45. So take just a second here while we get side switched out. And yeah, but I can't concentrate to talk.
You ready? Logan, you ready? Hey, give her a countdown. 4, 3, 2.
And folks, coming up, we have a very special interview with the homecoming queen. We're going to go right there.
South Columbus High School's brand new homecoming queen. What was going through your mind as you were preparing for tonight?
Well, we thought we were live. Sorry, folks. We're going to go back down till we're on. Go.
Action. Logan, action.
Here tonight, I have Lindsay Jones, South Columbus High School's brand new homecoming queen. What was going through your mind as you were preparing for tonight?
I was really nervous. I don't know, I was really nervous.
Did you expect to win?
No, not at all.
How did it feel when they called your name?
I was shocked. It was really overwhelming.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay. And we are back. All right, Rod. So we've got the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth, 41-6. Stallions over St. Paul's. What's your impression of that third quarter?
That one was pretty well. I mean, that was basically everything we saw with South Columbus. Red Springs St. Paul's cannot get it working on offense.
I know why you think it's Red Springs.
Was that from last week?
Yeah, last week, in my mind, they're still throwing the football because we got out of there about 11:15.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just South Columbus has done everything right, and it's they've got the momentum.
Okay, and around the right end, that is number 23, Daniels. And looks like he's going to be brought down after a gain of a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd and long now for the Stallions.
The run game tonight for South Columbus has been outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And, of course, the blocking up front has had a lot to do with it.
It has. There have been some monster holes. They have done quite well. South has to be happy with what they've seen and defensively. I mean, they've kept St. Paul's just a step off all night.
3rd and 9 now for the Stallions. Out of this power I, 3 backs in the backfield. 3rd one through gets it. And he is brought down immediately that time. Good job in there by number 43 for St. Paul's, Manuel Rojas. Excellent. Good tackle on that play. It's going to bring up 4th and long, and I think it's, as they say in the business, punt time.
Yeah. With the way my defense has played today, I'd put that ball back in the end zone or right at it. Quick substitution here before Spencer punts. Must be something tonight about quarterback and punts.
Yep, I'm telling you. Danny White.
He has been reborn this month. Ooh,
almost blocked.
Almost.
Deshaun Ray came in there and tickled his pinky on that one. I think he definitely got a hand on it because it came out of there like a lame duck.
Yeah, there's been these last few. If they've not gotten a piece of them, it sure has looked like it.
Yeah.
They will switch outsides. And have we seen any East highlights as of late?
44-0 at halftime was the last of Whiteville over East Columbus. The last I had heard.
At halftime, it was Whiteville 44, East Columbus 0.
That one's a little tough.
Yep. Well, Whiteville has a good team, and they're starting to hit their stride as they always do. I think this game in Whiteville will be interesting. South Columbus and Whiteville is shaping up to be an interesting game. And there's an inside handoff, nothing doing, and brought down by pick your number on the South Columbus High School defense.
brought down by number 88. Justin
Yeah, it looks like
Dudley
that's
for
going
the
to be
Stallions.
going to give that credit to number 88, Justin Dudley.
Gonna be a loss on the play. Back
So South Columbus leads 41-6, 9:58 left to go here in the final period, and South Columbus has led since the opening kickoff when they got a muffed kickoff and took it down the field 25 or 30 yards, and it's been smooth sailing ever since then. Long pass,
Almost picked off.
almost picked off. Great defense that time. Looks like I'm going to say that's number 6. What do you think, Mario Hernandez?
I believe you're right.
the Bulldog pass intended for number 82, Michael Barnes. Covering on the play, number 5, Bobby Gore.
No.
Oh, Bobby Gore.
We were close. One number off.
5, 6. What's it all mean?
That's right.
Twins right, split left. St. Paul's second and long. And, the Stallions have had a decent amount of pressure on Jenkins when he's dropped back to pass.
They have. They've done quite well.
And here he is in a 3-step drop. Here's a flare out to the flats. Excellent catch there. Great catch by number 5, Kendrick Manning. And he may go to the house. No, brought down 15-yard line.
Good stop there by number 5, Gore.
That pass was thrown down at Manning's feet, and he snatched it up and rumbled down the field for a huge gain. A good catch and pass, and I think one thing about that pass that was great, he was the only one that could get it. When you throw in those quick slants, you like it to be accurate enough and certainly low enough that it doesn't cause you problems. So St. Paul is in business now, first and 10 from the 15-yard line of the Stallions. Twins right. 2 backs in the backfield. Jenkins wants to throw. He's got a man in the corner. And intercepted.
Intercepted.
A big interception that time.
What
Bobby
a play.
Gore with his second big defensive play in the backfield on this series. Defensive backfield this series. Great job. It was a fade to the corner, really a jump ball. And Bobby Gore has given up a few inches on that particular receiver, but he comes down with the interception.
Stallions defense holds tight at the end, and they'll take over on their own 20.
There's another rule I'd like to see changed too in the NFL.
Which one's that?
I think if you recover the ball in the end zone, it comes out to the 3-yard line. Are you with me on that?
That would be cool. I could even give it to the 1.
Hey, let's do the kickoff the same way. You kick it out, you kick it through the end zone,
Get the ball.
get the ball in the
5.
3.
We can go that way.
Speaking of going that way, coming this way, was that McClure?
I never could make that number out.
It was just a blur, but it's a pickup of that was Daniels on the play, pickup of about 5 yards. About 6 yards.
Yeah.
7 yards.
Had good progress, and then they knocked him back, but he still came back a few yards.
Yeah. And this is just time running out here, 8 minutes, 41-6. South Columbus all over St. Paul's here, and looks like we have a timeout. While we have a timeout, I do want to make sure we get to several more of our sponsors.
Okay, y'all, it's halftime.
Johnston's is the official class ring and graduation supplies provider for Columbus County Schools. A Johnston's representative will be visiting your school this fall. Johnston's product information is available at overbyoffice@johnston's.com or 910-675-3886. Overby School Services, Reginald Lewis, and Johnston's are proud to help sponsor tonight's CCCA sports broadcast. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is brought to you by Sterling Kuntz and the employees of Tabor City Medicine Mart, 220 South Main Street, 653-4800, and Kuntz Medicine Mart, 112 East 7th Avenue in Chadbourne, 654-4194. They provide prescription medications and other home health care products. Drive-through and local delivery is available.
And Rod, we're back. Stallions on the line of scrimmage here. There's a snap. And Bobby Gore is the new quarterback. He takes the ball around the right end and gets a good gain. He's going to have a first down there.
And the running game's been good. 34-yard line.
Yeah, Gore basically direct snap, running all the way, gets a nice gain.
All the way to the 35. So
Yeah, and we know he can run. We've just seen him basically backpedal 40 yards to make an interception. And
first and 10.
Yeah, this time we've got Spread left, split right, 3 wide receivers. Wing right, that's going to be direct handoff, and St. Paul's that time fighting.
He's still up.
We're going to have a penalty flag
Yeah,
there.
that's usually that east and west
Yeah.
doesn't usually work out.
It's either going to be holding or blocking the back.
Number 31, Aaron Bellamy.
Take a look at that.
Bounds around the 45.
And that's going to be a spot foul, which means it's going to bring up first and long. Yep, it's a hold. And quite a few penalties tonight. Stallions have had, I think, earlier they had a touchdown brought back.
Yeah.
And, you know, those are the things that, even when you win 41-6, as the coach, you go, if it's a tight game, you just can't afford those type of mistakes. And they're just simply mental.
Yeah.
There's very few physical penalties. They're all mental.
And the penalty cost the ball
Yeah, they got, you know, it worked out in their favor because they were able to score on 4th down, but they lost the touchdown behind a holding penalty.
Okay, Stallions back on the ball. 1st and 20 from their own 21-yard line. Bobby Gore is the quarterback now in the shotgun. And he takes the ball, read option, keeps it. He's going around right in, gets a good block on the end, and doesn't get very far, but it looks like we're going to have a flag for some extracurricular piling on.
Uh-oh.
That's what that looked like. And that's going to be an automatic 1st down if it's what I think it is, and I do believe if it's after the whistle, that's exactly what it is. Still waiting on the call from the official, and he's going to give it to us personal foul, and it is indeed. Yeah, I think
you're right.
Yeah, Gore was down, and I think a few Bulldogs got to the party a little late.
That puts them in
Man,
the
I
second.
see. I think that's the wrong call. I think that should be an automatic 1st down. I might be wrong about that. We need to get Franklin in here to set us straight. 2nd and 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we got the Aaron Rodgers 5-yard play.
Are they going to be to a 1st down here before they?
Do you think, like, Aaron Rodgers, like, you know, when people are talking about him, that's probably the most annoying thing about him is that snap count he does. Man, I'm sitting on the couch and I'm jumping.
They
Jumped again. They did jump again. 2 in a row. 2 in a row, and side judge says, yep, offsides. See, in high school, they don't give you time to get back. I remember we were in the 1st round of the state playoffs, and we had this same situation, and we had a team pin back. We were winning the game. I don't know, it's like 13-7, and it was 4th and 4. And sure enough, somebody jumped. It wasn't me. At least in my hazy memory 25 years ago, it wasn't me. But sure enough, they got a 1st down, went down, scored, won the game, and our season was over.
Oh, wow.
South Iredell, we used to hate playing them.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker there.
Yep. I'll tell you another story about South Iredell in a second. Twins right, Stallions, and Gore looks like he wanted to go left, goes right, now he goes left, and now he goes down. He went east, west, then south.
Yeah, lost of 3 on the play.
Yeah. South Iredell at the time was out in a very rural part of the state. You know, now nothing in that area is rural.
Yeah.
But there was always a joke. The reason they were so big is because every football player got a calf when he was 4 years old, and he'd have to pick it up every day until he got to high school. And so by the time he was in high school, he could pick up 1,000 pounds. And they used to be some big boys. Them in Forest Hills. Well, I played Forest Hills one year, and they averaged 320 across the front, and that was in high school.
Wow, like the Cowboys front line.
Yeah.
I thought he lost 3, but it don't look like it from that
No,
spot.
they look like they gave him progress. That was a gracious spot.
That was, too.
Twins to our side, split to the right, 2 backs in the backfield, even a wing.
Chicken
Gore
wing.
looked like he wanted to throw it, and that's a dangerous
that is
pitch.
a dangerous.
And there's McClure, and all he can do is smother it and keep from having a turnover. And that's, the thing about the option, and, he's going to learn this the more he does it, is that if you don't get a little bit of depth, if you don't get a little bit of depth before you make that pitch, it's going to cause you all sorts of problems. And he was basically he was in no man's land there. And, of course, the pitch was high. You never want to pitch it high. But, it's easy for me to say up here, and I don't have three people getting ready to
that's true.
cream me.
3rd and 12.
41-6. Closing moments here of the game. 4 minutes left. And we're going to get out of here quick because we've got some highlights to do. And I've got a band competition tomorrow.
You got a long day tomorrow.
Yeah. And don't know who's in the middle of the pile. Gore hands off to Daniels.
I missed it.
Yeah. It was a blur.
I think it was McClure.
Yeah, it was McClure. He gets about 5 yards, 6 yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down. And it's time for a Stallion punt. And St. Paul's will get one more opportunity to put some points on the board here.
Here comes the fake. Let's see. We've seen several of these punts almost get blocked. Don't know if they will be able to get a hold of this one. And that's on both sides, not just one side. I mean, each team's on the punts have been able to get some penetration and get at least a finger on them, if not a hand. So South's going to huddle up here real quick on 4th and 5. And
delay of game called against the Stallions.
Okay, so South gets hit with a delay of game instead of 4th and 6. They'll get a 4th and 11.
No harm there.
No. Getting ready to get this one back underway here.
Stallions in punt formation.
Another good penetration.
Yep. And that one's caught there on the fly by Chris Graham.
The Stallion punt is fielded by number
So St. Paul's will take over.
Chris Graham of the Bulldogs.
Little under 3 minutes left here in this one. South's up 41-6.
Bulldogs are going to take over.
And besides, no offensive touchdowns tonight at all for St. Paul's. They had one kickoff return, and they've had one big play, and then they finished it off with an interception in the end zone. So just hadn't been able to get it clicking tonight. St. Paul's hadn't. That'll be a handoff to Thompson. Thompson spins, but there's nowhere to go. And I don't think he even made it back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to lose one on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. There's the guy with the glow and dark shoes coming off the field.
I think that's tape.
Oh.
I think that's tape. It's just an excellent tape. I don't know who taped him, but it's an excellent tape job.
I think that tape glows in the dark.
Yeah. 2 minutes left here. St. Paul's with the ball. Jenkins wants to throw, ducks underneath pressure, and then he's taken down. And that's going to be no? I thought that was going to be a flag for sure. Anytime you run in and duck your head and flip over on the person who's on the ground, sometimes
that's usually
they don't like that.
No.
They don't like that.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
It's going to bring up a 3rd and 13. See what? Can't see that window either. I don't think that ball ever got picked up, did it?
Yep. It's fumble. Looks like Stallions may have it.
And did they signal that way?
Yep.
So with a minute 19 left, South recovers.
We're running this one out.
And we may see this time we may see the victory formation.
I hope so.
Let's see here. We thought that last week.
Yep. Not Red Springs.
That did not happen. So let's see what South is here with 80 seconds left.
(41-6). 1 minute left, and the crowd's starting to file out. And this sweet victory for these folks. I'm sure homecoming, always important to win a game. We've been at all three homecomings. And somebody accidentally took a timeout.
I think the referee misunderstood that signal.
All right, we got a second. We got a few more sponsors
Okay,
that we're going to play.
let's go ahead and roll them.
Hyatt family is in their 50th year of operating Joe's Barbecue Restaurant in Whiteville. They serve barbecue plates and sandwiches, rib plates, chicken plates, Brunswick stew, and combination plates. They provide bulk orders for takeout and also cater. A country lunch buffet is available Monday through Saturday, 11 until 2. A pig picking buffet on Friday and Saturday nights beginning at 4:45, and a Sunday buffet is served 11 until 2. Joe's Barbecue is located behind Lowe's in South Whiteville. Their phone number is 642-3511. The Joe's Barbecue family wish much success for all Columbus County teams. Johnston's is the official class ring and graduation supplies provider for Columbus County schools. A Johnston's representative will be visiting your school this fall. Johnston's product information is available at Overby office at johnston's.com or 910-675-3886. Overby School Services, Reginald Lewis, and Johnston's are proud to help sponsor tonight's CCCA sports broadcast. Tonight's game on WZCO 89.9 is brought to you by Sterling Kuntz and the employees of Tabor City Medicine Mart, 220 South Main Street, 653-4800, and Kuntz Medicine Mart, 112 East 7th Avenue in Chadbourne, 654-4194. They provide prescription medications and other home health care products.
And that's it, Rod. Stallions let the classy move, let the clock run out. Makes it 41-6 as our final. Congratulations to South Columbus Stallions with a big homecoming victory. More importantly, situates them fairly well to make a good shot at the playoffs out of the Three Rivers Conference. Folks, we're going to have to jump on out of here. We've got some highlights we've got to edit. Want to thank Rod and Mr. Hobbs and Miss Austin and all the students at CCCA for coming and doing a great job tonight. We have the Stallion Classic here as part of the North Carolina Yam Festival in Tabor City. Hope you come out and see the band competition and go downtown Tabor City to see some of the great things that are happening there as one of the largest agricultural festivals in the Southeast. Folks, appreciate you being with us. Final 41, South Columbus, St. Paul's 6. Hope you guys have a great night.